357 Magnum. What is the best Magnum? Well, in my opinion, this is probably the best Magnum, period. And there's a lot of debate on this, and the debate will always go on. What is the better 357 Magnum? And talking to a lot of people over a lot of years, looking at the original information on 357 Magnum, really the classic Magnum is the 158 grain. Now, this is not, brand specific, Remington HTP. This is basically the same as Remington UMC and other variants. It's the same as Federal's 158 grain semi-jacketed hollow point. But this is pretty much the original bullet weight, and a lot of people say it's the best overall load. Because even though the 125 grain is a great load, it has a lot of quote-unquote stopping power with a lot of the law enforcement data. Even though it has all of that going for it, the one thing it has against it is it doesn't quite penetrate very well. It dumps a lot of energy quick. So if the attacker's larger, if the attacker isn't human, stuff like that, you want something a little heavier. And yet a 158 grain still does a pretty good job at self-defense. So overall, it's been known to be pretty much the best 357 Magnum. If you can't decide, get a 158 grain semi-jacketed hollow point. So we're going to test it through my 4-inch Smith & Wesson 686 and my 2-inch Taurus 605. We're going to go through the chronograph, see what kind of velocity and accuracy we get at the same time. Then I'm going to do my 10% clear ballistic test. 4 layers of denim, followed by 3 inches of clear ballistics to represent hitting a pectoral muscle, followed by a 1/4 inch MDF to represent hitting ribs or sternum. And to more clear ballistics, we'll do a shot with the MDF and without it to see the difference between a quote-unquote chest shot and quote-unquote gut shot, and we'll see if there's a difference there. And then I'm going to shoot from a little bit of a distance at my full-size steel silhouette. We'll do probably 10 yards and 25 yards just to kind of see what kind of overall practical accuracy we can get with those rounds. So let's get started with this test. All right, first up, we're going to run it through the 4-inch barrel. This stuff is rated at 1235 feet per second from a 4-inch barrel. That's the industry standard, not just Remington's standard. So we'll see in my 4-inch barrel how close we get to that 1235 feet per second. 1283, 1200, 1256, 1273, 1208. A very accurate round for this gun. Let's see how our 2-inch barrel compares. All right, 2-inch barrel. We're not going to get that 1235 feet per second, but we'll see what we actually get on our little Taurus 605 here. See how close we get to, that 1200 and some odd feet per second the 4-inch barrel gave. 1127. Hold that really high. 1139. 1123. 1126. 1156. So we still got a lot of good velocity in that. A little bit of hand pain. Injection is really good because these are nickel plated. Let's see what we get when we hit our ballistic shell block. All right, first up we have a 4-inch barrel through our 4 layers of denim, 3 inches of clear ballistics, 1/4 inch MDF into more clear ballistics with our 4-inch barrel. So let's see how this will do. All right. All right, so here is our MDF. A lot of impact, definitely expansion in that. And this is where we're going to see a difference between this and a 125 grain. Total damage path is about 15.5 inches. That would typically be about 17.5 inches without the MDF, but we will find out on that. But stuff like the 125 grain, it dumps its energy like right here. It's dumping it. This is kind of more gradual. With 125 grain, it has great quote-unquote stopping power, but a lot of times going to the MDF, you're looking at something like 9 inches, and this is, 15 here. So let's leave the MDF out, do our quote-unquote gut shot, and see how it compares. All right, 4-inch barrel, just our gut shot. Let's see how this does. All right. And that's really, really interesting there, because typically you get a little bit more, but this is a very consistent round. You know, probably what happened was we shed some of that lead hitting that MDF, so it made the diameter probably smaller. And this probably not so much. So what we're looking at here is we're at about 14 inches total damage path. That is absolutely perfect for self-defense. Let's see how our 2-inch barrel compares. All right, our 2-inch barrel through our MDF, our chest simulated shot here. Let's see how our 2-inch barrel does. All right. And again, we're continuing that consistency. Now this slid back just a little bit here. Let me move this up just a little bit. So what we're looking at here is our total damage path going through the MDF is at about 12 3/4 inches. Here's our MDF here, and here's our 2-inch barrel impact. Not a whole lot different than that 4-inch barrel. So let's do our quote-unquote gut shot without this, see how it compares. All right, I made that MDF shot a little bit higher than I wanted to. I'm hopeful to not hit that bullet. So I might go a little too high on this to where it might exit out the top, but I will try my best here. All right, so we caught it. I made a good shot there. So what we're looking at here is almost identical performance. Yeah, we had the same thing going on. You kind of see more stripped off lead down there on the MDF one, and a larger expansion up there on our quote-unquote gut shot. Our damage paths are identical. You know, from this angle, I think I might have coated something a little different last time because the block was slid a little different, but 13 inches roughly, 13 inches without the MDF. So absolutely perfect for self-defense. Let's shoot from a little distance, see how they do. All right, first up 10 yards from the target. Let's see how it feels in our 4-inch barrel here. A little bit high, just kind of popping those off. 2-inch barrel, see how this feels. Definitely pulled those. I'm not trying my best here. So I'll slow it down from 25 yards, see if I can get a little bit better accuracy. All right, 25 yards. I'm going to do a few rounds of each, and I'm going to back up a little bit more just kind of for fun. So let me get better sight pictures on this here. 25 yards. All right, not too bad overall. Let's see how our little snub will do from 25. Yeah, I pulled that one. I got my phenomenon with this thing where my skin on my finger is just too fat for how close that trigger goes to the frame of that Taurus, and my skin will get under it and then it just snaps and pulls it kind of funny. Let me back up more. All right, 75 yards, kind of like why not? Only have 3 rounds for each gun here, so don't know if I can hit or not, but I'm gonna try. 4-inch barrel. There we go. Wow. I don't know how I missed that. All right, snub nose. Seeing it as I'm having that little trigger issue, go single action. Probably aim just a little bit low because I think the muzzle rise on this might kind of pull my shots, but I'll still aim on the target, just low area of it. 2-inch barrel. I did not have good sight alignment with that. This gun is brutal. Bud Martin, don't try this round, please. brutal even in this 20-ounce gun. So overall takeaway here is, while this round will work in this gun, obviously, it's more of a full-size gun round. But overall, if you have a 4-inch barrel, or maybe even a 3-inch barrel, it's heavy, or a 6-inch barrel, the best overall round has always been the 158 grain. It has kind of the best benefits of all worlds. Just kind of like you look at 38 Special, you got 110s that expand, you got 158s that don't. And your best round that kind of meets in the middle of 38 Special or 38 plus P is 125 grain, where you get some expansion, but you're not pushing it too much. And we see the same thing with 158 grain. We step it up when we go to 357 Magnum. 158 seems to be the best medium round there for, you know, covering a lot of purposes. So that's what you get today. Pretty good ammo overall. So as always, comment, share, and like, and thanks for watching.